Marcus, 5 first round knockouts now. That smile says it all.
Yeah. Listen, if I can get them out there and I see blood, then they're gone.
You enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was really good. I love these bigger shows. What a buzz, having all the support there as well. It's unreal.
You've made a real statement now, kind of proving yourself, especially on the Queensberry platform. Last time we saw you against Dylan Nixon, really tall fighter. That knockdown went pretty viral. That was on after the show, after the main event. You've got a big fan base who stick around to watch you and to support you, which is amazing. And then earlier on in the cards, and then you put on a performance like that. Frank Warren's watching. What's the message to him?
Yeah, listen, just get back to the gym, back to the drawing board and see where I can get from there. Just keep my feet in the ground. Don't get too carried away with these stoppages because they're not always going to come like that. So just get back, stick to boxing and find my strengths from there and progress as a fighter.
Have you always been heavy-handed?
Yeah, it's progression in the gym as well, learning how to sit down my shots as well. Yeah, I've always had a bit of power, but we've just been building on that and growing from there.
And the work which you've been doing with your coach and the team, you've got a great team around you. Big David Jamieson have been training in your camp, obviously Reece Lynch as well. How much has that helped you progress as a fighter?
It's been amazing working with Peter Lynch and working around Reece. The buzz in the gym for the likes of this fight, we're both bouncing off each other. It's a great buzz, and even just taking that, going down south, sparring the best boys. Yeah, it's been amazing, just progressing every fight camp and upping the opposition each fight camp as well. Yeah.
You'll like this one, I hope you will. Someone ringside, don't know who it was, it might have been Adam Smith, it might have been Barry Jones, I'm not sure it was. Somebody near me when you got the finish tonight said, he's like a Scottish version of Nick Ball. Have you been compared to Nick Ball before?
Yeah, I get compared to Nick Ball after the last show, and it's unreal. But I just need to live up to that hype.
Yeah, not going to get carried away with it. Each fight as it comes, really solid performance, well done, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Louis, it all started this professional journey at the Peacock Gym, and here you are on a big TV show, live on DAZN, Southern Area champion, British champion. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I've got more in me. I ain't going to stop here, but yeah, it means a hell of a lot. Getting where I'm getting to in the time frame, a couple months earlier than what we originally planned. You know, on our dream board. Do you know what I mean? We've gone further than that. So really happy.
You've built yourself on that small hall scene. Many fights at your court. I've seen you there plenty of times. How has that journey helped you become the fighter that you have? Not everyone wins a British title, you know, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, well that goes to my manager and trainer, Gordon Charlesworth, and also making the matches, getting me the hard fights, the fights that I need to build me up, do you know what I mean? Not to make me feel good, but to make me a better boxer. And yeah, I think that's been a massive part of getting to where I am now.
Do you think people expected you to win tonight, coming into the Lions Den against, you know, a local kind of favourite who sold a lot of tickets? Do you think people expected you to win that?
Anyone who see me spar and train, yeah, they knew I was going to win. Everyone else, obviously the Scots, of course they're going to support their man. And yeah, it depends on whether you've seen me train as hard as I train. Everyone knows I train the hardest. So anyone who's seen it knew I was going to win, or they're going to have to kill me to take me out.
You've properly announced yourself now on the scene, especially with that British title around your waist. What does the next few months look like for you? What does the next year look like for you in terms of progression? I'm sure you've got a plan. I'm sure there's people you want to fight. There's other things you want to win.
Yeah, well, look, I've got a 14-month-old boy at home. I just had twins 4 weeks ago, twin boys. So I've got 3 little boys at the minute. It's just been a very hard camp to get through. But obviously my wife, Mia, she's obviously letting me get everything I need to get done and supporting me through it. And we'll see. If they find something soon, I mean, it won't take long to heal up from that and get going. I spar out every week, so I have no issue there. But if it comes to getting a fight next year in February, we won't go too much further than that because I want to keep building. I don't want to lose the momentum.
Would you like to win that British title outright?
Whatever I get offered. It's more I want the greatest challenge. Whatever the greatest challenge is that Gordon will let me have, that's what I'll do.
Lastly, what's your message to all those people who supported you on this journey, which has been a roller coaster and, well, has ended up with you winning a British title? What's the message to them?
you're all mental. Coming to Glasgow, party back at the house, as we all know. But yeah, you guys, unbelievable. I can still hear you every time. Anytime I heard them, I heard you get just as loud as them, and there's so many more. Absolutely amazing. And to come and spend the time with me, to come over, is just unbelievable.
Well done, terrific.
Thank you very much.
Alex?
Hello.
Solid performance. How did you assess it?
That's great. I mean, I thought it was a good performance, tough opponent. The way that I felt like he came to fight allowed me to show a little bit more of what I can do compared to my pro debut. So it was nice to come out the ring feeling like I showed everybody a little bit more of what I've got in my artillery. So I'm happy with my performance.
On the lead up to your debut, I had a chat with you, and you said, we spoke about Robbie Chapman, who was your opponent, who's known as one of the toughest away corner fighters about. And you could speak to them, yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
Terrible haircut.
But you said, my dad was great at breaking down his journeymen, his away corner fighters, and I'm going to do exactly the same. Tonight we witnessed that.
Yeah, tonight we witnessed that, and I feel like you're never got the finishing touches on it, but as soon as I go into these 8-round, 10-rounders, you're definitely going to start to see some brilliant stoppages.
Well, I was working ringside with Josh Taylor and Zach Miller tonight, and one of the things that we picked up on was the amount that you've progressed and how your levels have gone up in between one fight.
Yeah.
Like, what have you been doing?
That was my 29th fight tonight. I had 27 amateur fights. People forget that. Like, I started really late. I've just really been learning in the gym. So that's where my experiences came from. I got into the Scotland team with like 14 fights under my belt. I was competing internationally against guys with hundreds of fights. So I learnt hard, but I learnt quick. And I feel like with now the Queensberry platform and stuff, if I get busy and active, man, I'm going to be a problem for anybody within the next year.
Absolutely. On what we saw on display tonight after 2 fights, Josh mentioned about you won. I think it was 5 national titles, wasn't it? One.
Yeah, four national titles, and 1 was novice.
And one of the things he spoke about is kind of how that would help you grow in those foundations, and that was another thing which was picked up on, is how well that you did those foundational things. There's a solid base there.
Yeah, the basics. Bread and butter, like Floyd Mayweather says, steak and potatoes for life.
You had your dad in the corner tonight. Yeah. Last time it was Adam Booth, amazing coach. Never going to get that relationship like father and son. He was actually in there tonight. What was that like?
Yeah, Adam was great. Massive thanks to Adam for my debut. My dad couldn't be in the corner on my debut just due to the not getting his license in time, but he was in there tonight, and it was great because my last few fights as an amateur as well were for the Scotland team, and he wasn't in my corner there either. So to have him back in the corner tonight was special. It was really good, very familiar, and I mean it's the most trustable voice that I know. It's the only voice I've ever listened to really as well. So it was good to have him back.
You've got a good natural confidence about you, and one of the things that your dad said after your debut was, of course he has, he's been around confidence his whole life.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they're going to have to be quite clever with the way that they match you and maybe hold you back a little bit? How do you anticipate kind of the next couple of years going?
I'll see who they line up and I'll knock them down. I'll fight anybody. Confidence comes from preparation, and you can't, as Willie Hutchinson said something the other week there, he was like, you can't come into this sport and be like ready to say no to a fight. You know what I mean? It's boxing, it's what you do, you fight. So I mean, if you're not ready or not willing to fight anyone, you're in the wrong sport.
Absolutely, well said. And the last thing is, this is the second big show that we've had in Scotland in a matter of a month. Thanks to Queensberry, but also thanks to all of you guys, because you're great fighters, fantastic prospects, exciting. The fans are great. How important is it that Queensberry and big time boxing keeps coming to Scotland?
Massive, because I mean, you see, like all of us perform so well, and it's something we just never really got given the platform to do it. But now I feel like we've got, I could name 5 or 6 off the top of my head like that. But I mean, the depth in this country is huge for such a small nation. But it's good that we're getting that exposure now and we're able to show it to everybody.
Well done. Really, really solid performance, and we'll catch you next time.
I appreciate it.
Cool. Professional debuts. Past 100 fighters, how they'd like theirs to go, I reckon 99 of them would say they want a stoppage in the first round. That's exactly how yours went.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't even looking for the stoppage, to be honest. That was not planned at all. I was supposed to go out there and throw a jab. I threw about 3 jabs, exactly where he hurt, we were backhand to the head, and I threw that and just kept throwing it at him. Obviously, I picked up a little cut in the fight, but nothing, is it?
What was it like? Big TV show, walking out, bright lights, loads of noise.
When I was sat behind them doors, it's real now, you know what I mean? When I walked out, that song come out the Glen in Scotland, listen, I never felt a buzz like it in my life. I felt like I was on Planet 9.
A couple of fights ago, you were in the Pueblo Center in Colorado. I was there, I commentated on your fight at the Under-19 World Championships. You cruised through to that gold medal. Now you're a pro. How different is it?
Listen, it's a lot different. I'm living the lifestyle now, you know what I mean? Training full time, not doing nothing else, not going to work or nothing. So now I'm living life as a boxer, and in there, I'm going to say 50 times better than amateurs. I'm not telling everyone to turn pro, but it's a lot better, I tell you right now.
You got a massive intro from Thomas Stryber. Not all debutants get that sort of intro. You've got Frank Warren, Shelley Finkel backing you. But that also comes with a little bit of pressure, right?
Yeah, of course, I wouldn't say pressure. I put pressure on myself, I put pressure on that walkout, to be fair. You know what I mean? Got pressure on myself, to be honest, and I thrive off pressure, to be honest. Pressure's perfect for me.
How do you see yourself progressing? How many fights do you want to have in the next 12 months? 5, 6 fights?
Many as possible. Physically line them up, I'll put them down, that's the end of that.
You want to keep pushing and just stay active?
Just keep fighting, yeah.
Well done. Really, really good professional debut. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you very much.
Reece, solid performance, in with a well-known tricky customer. He looked tricky from where we were sat in a commentary position. How tricky was he inside the ropes?
Yeah, it was difficult. Just kind of, he's good at what he does. Do you know what I mean? He's there to get paid. He's there to get paid next week as well. So he's wanting to stay in there. And I hurt him a few times, but maybe just got a bit too eager and try to get in too close rather than just keeping it long and picking my shots. I landed some nice shots and then I maybe just smothered or let him smother me a bit too much. But overall, a good performance. Got the 6 rounds in, but obviously I wanted to get him out there.
I know you did. You could see it. We were speaking about it on commentary, but one of the things I wanted to pick up on was Josh Taylor said about how much he would have learned from an opponent like that and a fight like that, and he called it an acid test. How much did you learn in that fight? Because you wanted to get him out of there, didn't quite get there. You were close, but there must have been lots of learning on the way.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of stuff, obviously, like I said, just obviously keeping my space. Different things to work on inside. Like inside, maybe I let my head get in a bit too much as well. I took a couple of head clashes that I didn't really need to take. I could kind of work out like Terence Crawford and stuff like that the way they do it. Do you know what I mean? They don't take stupid head clashes. So yeah, a lot of stuff to work on in the gym, but I'll go back. I'll work on it, and I'll be better the next time as well.
Well, you had a dream debut, didn't you? You know, that was an unbelievable liver shot. You've just kind of had another very, very solid performance. Do you feel like there's any pressure on you? You know, a Commonwealth gold medalist. How does the pressure feel? Do you feel like there's an expectation for you to get a guy out of there who's an away corner fighter, or you putting that stuff to the back of your mind and kind of just slow and steady on your own journey?
Yeah, not so much pressure, more just pressure for myself. Like I don't think Commonwealth medals and world medals and that really matter. And the pros, I don't feel pressure for anyone else. I want to be taking guys out. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to be showing everybody that I can hurt people and stuff like that. So I did hurt them, but I just couldn't get them out there. But it was a good performance anyway. But I'd like to start kind of pushing on, fighting guys that are going to come to win as well. Do you know what I mean? Maybe start pushing for title fights in a couple of fights and fighting some come forward opponents or some people that are coming to win.
You say about those medals don't matter as much. One of the other conversations which we had on the commentary table is about the kind of differences between amateur boxing and pro boxing. I guess my first question is how have you found that kind of adapting from the amateur side of it to the pro side of it? Because Josh was saying that on the lead up to your debut, you guys did some rounds, and he was teaching you a few bits and pieces that you can do and get away with in the pros that you can't get away with in the amateurs. But what's that experience been like for you in the first couple of fights?
Yeah, it's been good. It's just slowly coming together. Do you know what I mean? Like, thank you. yeah, it's just slowly coming together, like just putting it all in place, like one by one. Obviously working on it in the gym, so still stuff to work on, like not try to fucking load up with every shot, or like you can kind of touch and then sink the shot, which is something that I wasn't really doing tonight. I was trying to land the big shots, so it's setting up the shots more rather than try to just land the big shot. But obviously that's something that Josh was brilliant at. Josh knew how to touch and then sink a big shot. So it's just putting it all together, and we'll keep working on it and keep drilling it in the gym, and then it'll come together in there.
You're trained by your brother. What was his reaction as you come back in the rounds? Was he pleased with the performance, especially at the end?
Yeah, he was pleased. It was a good performance. I think he kind of thought I was going to get him out as well at some points. Like, I was hurting him. You can see he was hurting. Like, at one point I happened to the body, and I kind of tried to put it on him a bit, and he got a hold of me. And the way he was holding, like, he was holding on to me.
He was so clever at that, wasn't he?
He fucking wasn't letting go. I'll tell you that much. I couldn't get him off me. I was like, fucking hell. He was just squeezing me. So, yeah, stuff like that. He knows what he's doing, and I give him credit, man. He's a tough guy.
I guess you're going to be back in the gym probably at some point in the next week and get ready for another fight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to be out, and I hope to kind of get out in December or something like that. I want to be out again this year, so hopefully Queensberry can get me out on another show. Maybe down south or something this time. Go down England.
When you say that, my last question was going to be, or I guess statement was, is sat there with Josh Taylor, one of the greatest Scottish fighters ever tonight, and he was talking about how good Scottish boxing is right now, and a big part of it is because there's been big shows being put on in Scotland, which doesn't happen often. We've had 2 in the space of a few months. How important for you as a fighter from this area of the United Kingdom is it that there are shows being put on in this place?
Yeah, very important. Because we don't really have a lot of shows up here. We've had a good few this year, all thanks to like Josh and Nathaniel and stuff like that. So it's good to be back at home. I mean, as an amateur, I boxed all over the country. I never really boxed at home. The closest I got to home was Birmingham for the games, and even that wasn't home, but it felt like home because everybody could come watch. So having shows up here is brilliant. I can't beat it, and having my first 2 fights as a pro in Scotland is class. Obviously, I need to go and put on some shows down south as well. So hopefully get out very, very soon again this year anyway, and keep it rolling.
Long may it continue. We love Scotland. Race, you were brilliant. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Well, the Hutch train arrived in Glasgow, and it had a party when it arrived.
Home.
Where's next step?
Hopefully in Riyadh. I want to be in Riyadh. I want to be in these big shows, world titles.
Look, people say about fighters when they're doing well, they look like they're enjoying themselves. You couldn't look like you're having a better time.
I'm home. Listen, just happy to be back in that ring, getting them rounds in, and got the knockout against a great fighter. I'm content, I'm happy. But it's world champion, definitely. Yeah.
You showed the levels tonight,
Yep.
and then you said at the end, no disrespect to Jeffers, who was, a tough man and went up a weight category to take this fight on, but you're looking for a contest where, the levels are more equal.
That's it, exactly. Listen, it's going to be very difficult to find someone more equal than me because I believe I'm a superstar. All I'm interested in is these world titles. Benavidez, Bovell, or whoever else has got them world titles who I'm interested in. Buatsi, I want Buatsi to win next, and I want him next. If it's not him, fair enough, whoever.
Been out of the ring for just over a year. Certainly didn't like there was any ring rust. How did you feel?
Unbelievable. What did you think?
Unbelievable.
Exactly. That's all I need to say.
In the post-fight interview, Dev used a phrase. He said there's unfinished business with Buatsi. Do you feel that you beat him in that rematch?
Listen, I need that rematch, and definitely. It's all in God's hands, to leave it all to God. I prayed in there before I went in there. I knew how dangerous it was going to be tonight, and I prayed for my opponent that he comes out all right tonight. I really did, I promise you, before I went in the ring.
We could see how much that meant to you. You almost kind of collapsed at the end of it in that corner.
Where I've been in my life 6 months ago. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Been a tough time.
Been very tough. Yes.
And that victory has made things better.
It's not that's made things better, it's just I'm happy in myself. Forget about the win, forget about life. This is 40 minutes. I've trained since I've been 9 years old. 40 minutes of work. And that's not what makes me. What makes me is look at everyone around me, everyone's happy because I'm doing what's right, and I'm finally showing what I'm capable of.
I know you've been pretty vocal on a name in particular in Ben Whittaker and said that he belongs on the Misfit shows. Correct me if I'm wrong. But people are going to want to see you guys together because it's two contrasting characters. You're both entertaining in the ring in different ways.
Let's do it next.
You do it.
You know what I mean? Why not? But him, I'm not interested in him. Bawatsi or world titles. If he comes along, perfect. He can be a fight before Bawatsi or before Buvel. Forget about Bawatsi. Even if Bawatsi never happens again, I would love it. But if it don't happen, it's fine. Ben Whittaker can be next.
You've had some journey, you really have, great amateurs and a roller coaster in the pros. And like you said, people have stuck by you. There's a team of people to thank there, isn't there?
Shelley Winkle, Mirko Wolf, me family, me wife, me dad, a lot, John Thompson. Mirko Wolf is the man who I owe my life to. Never mind boxing.
Listen, you're superb tonight. Well done. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Drew, really, really good performance, mature performance, and in a venue which means something as well. It's where your dad won the British title and where his last fight was. How was it tonight?
Just another day at the office. As you said, this place has got history for me and my family, but I just, it's weird. This is the first time I felt as if I was going into a fight enjoying it. And I just felt good in there. And the boy was dead awkward, trying to run hard, but as soon as I landed, I just knew that was it.
You seem to have progressed a lot since your last fight as well. You've gone up another level there. Josh Taylor, who was on commentary with me, was very complimentary of you. How does that make you feel, I guess?
Class, man. Josh a legend, isn't he? So, see what it is? It's right. I've got the second name right, and a lot of people just see that, but I'm no blowing smoke up my backside here, but I'm a good. I don't know the amateurs. Listen, there's people that done more than me in amateurs, but I've been to a few major tournaments. I've only been beat a few times in amateurs. I've beat really good boys in amateurs, so it's not as if I just walked into a pro ring. I've been doing this since I was 11, so at first people just see the name, but hopefully now, sorry mate, hopefully now mate, because I wasn't happy in my last fight. But I'm happy with this one, so hopefully now there's a bit of hype going on and people just look past the second and see the talent.
Absolutely, and Scottish boxing is booming, and we've spoken to many of the fighters around that. But how do you want to progress personally? Kind of what does the next few months look like for you? Do you want to stay busy? Do you want to be active? Is there a particular title you want to get your hands on? What does your kind of progression look like in your eyes?
Listen, I just leave it up to my team and my coach Joe Ham. Joe just lines them up and I'll try and knock them down. But there's a lot of youth titles going about now, and listen, I'd love to get my hands on one of them. But listen, I'm only 19 years old. There's no rush. I'm not sitting here going, I need to fight for titles now. Listen, Joe tells me how to fight, I'll fight them, and that's it.
Well, look, you're a young man. Long journey ahead. Looking good. Enjoy it. Enjoy every single moment of it, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time you're out.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much.
Aston, what a journey. But let's just start with this. 4 fights, 4 wins by knockout. One of them, you went to someone's backyard and got the stoppage when nobody thought you were going to do it. What a year.
I know, mate. Unbelievable, innit? Just shows you when you change your life around, dedicate yourself to boxing, which I've done for many years when I was younger, but obviously swayed away. But when you dedicate yourself again, I can show how good I really am. I mean, I know what ability I've got, I know the power I carry. If just getting on these big stages and showing it, then just said I've showed it in the last 3-4 fights.
You said all week, you said when we launched this event, demolition job. Lots of fighters say lots of things. A lot of the time, it doesn't come to fruition, it doesn't happen. It was a demolition job.
Yeah, mate, as I said before, I don't say things I can't do, because I just won't say them then, you know what I mean?
Where does that confidence come from?
I just believe in my ability, mate. I've been in this game a long time, you know what I mean? I've been a boxer for like 26 years, you know what I mean? I've been a highly decorated amateur, you know what I mean? Boxing the World Series of Boxing, the list goes on, you know what I mean? And I know my ability and I know my skills, and so do a lot of people, but it's just getting on these stages and showing it. But I believe I'm made for these stages, you know what I mean? I don't get in it. I just smile when I walk in that ring, you know what I mean? I believe I'm made for this and I enjoy every single moment, because again, as I said up there, maybe I wouldn't be here, you know what I mean? But I'm loving life right now. You know what I mean, and I'm on a good run. I'm getting back to good form. You know what I mean, I might be 34, but I'm a young 34.
You've travelled around the world as an amateur and represented your country and done some amazing things. Like you said, you're 34, but I guess age is just a number. What does the next few months look like for you? What sort of fights do you want to be in? I know you'll fight anyone, I know you will, but there must be some particular people or some things that you're aiming for.
Yeah, I want a shot at the British title. I want to win a Conway and Laddard. Whether that happens, I don't know, but that's what I'll be shouting for, because I believe I deserve my shot, you know what I mean? I know there's other fighters in line who want the shot and stuff like that, but again, I'm putting on performances like that on big platforms. I'm climbing my way up the rankings, the British rankings, and I deserve a shot, you know what I mean? I deserve my shot at the British title at least, or on any other recognised title. But really I want to deal with Queensberry, you know what I mean? Because I want to box again on these big platforms, and not even just back in Scotland. I like to travel again, Ireland, you know what I mean? I like to go travel. I'm not scared to go anywhere, and I'm not scared to fight anybody. So may the journey continue.
Your entertainment on tap. Your style is entertaining, and the last 4 fights have all ended in stoppages. You kind of burst onto the kind of professional scene especially on that last performance, on that last Queensberry show. Have you always boxed like that?
I've always had a sort of unorthodox style, you know what I mean? I've always been able to punch, you know what I mean? But it's more probably my awkward shots I set up, my low hands, the angles I create and the angles I throw shots at, and I know how to turn well and stuff like that. So I've always been able to punch. I've always said that for day one. But at the beginning of my pro career, it was like 5 fights and no stoppages, and people were going, "Oh, maybe you can't punch that." And then boom, I got a bit of form. You know what I mean? I came back into boxing. I got a bit of form. I got a bit of momentum behind me. And as I said in many interviews, when people come to fight, they'll go to sleep. Last 4 opponents that came to fight and came to give it a go, and they've all been knocked out. You know what I mean? Demolition job.
Lots of people will be aware of your story. You've been to some dark places before, but you are living proof of somebody who dedicates and changes their lives and can end up winning titles, been on big TV shows under the bright lights. There might be people watching this in a similar situation to what you were in. What's the message to them?
It's never over, man. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm just a normal guy like anybody else. I'm a professional boxer, but I'm just a normal guy like anybody else. I'm no different or no better than anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody can come back fighting. I'm living proof of that, and I hope I can give some people inspiration to maybe even turn their life around or get clean and sober or whatever it is they try to do if they try to change, you know what I mean? And again, I'm always open to people reaching out and talking to me, because I'm willing to help, you know what I mean?
You're inspirational. Well done. Terrific once again, and we'll see you again for another demolition job.
Yes, man. See you soon, mate. Thank you, I appreciate you.